a unique opportunity for anime and manga fans. If you're a One Piece fan, I'm sure you'd love to draw your favorite characters. Now you can get 2 amazing books for free. The first book will teach you drawing techniques, and the second one will show you how to create art directly on your phone without even needing to draw. You'll be able to create stunning virtual artwork just like the one on your screen right now. Both books are completely free if you act fast and click the link in the description. Don't waste time. This is a one-of-a-kind opportunity. Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Blackbeard's True Devil Fruit isn't the Yami no Mi, but a mythical Zoan similar to Luffy's. However, unlike Luffy's, this fruit doesn't embody the power of a god, but rather of a demon. And in today's video, you'll understand it all. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, Blackbeard has always been a figure shrouded in mystery. From his first appearance, it was clear that he is far more than he seems, and his actions throughout the story only reinforce this. He is the complete opposite of Luffy, almost as if the two were two sides of the same coin, destined to face each other. While Luffy represents the sun, freedom, and the energy of life, Blackbeard seems to embody the opposite: darkness, restriction, and the destruction of all that is luminous. Even their favorite dishes emphasize this duality, with Luffy loving meat, something vibrant and full of energy, while Blackbeard prefers cherry pie, a dense and sweet dish, yet carrying something almost melancholic. The ability Blackbeard gained from consuming the Yami no Mi reinforces this idea. Although it's called the Fruit of Darkness, its powers go beyond what one would expect from a Logia. It doesn't just create and manipulate darkness. It literally consumes everything around it: light, space, or even the powers of other devil fruits. Blackbeard's darkness is absolute. However, I think this might just be the surface of something much bigger. There's an intriguing possibility that Blackbeard doesn't just have a mythical Zoan, but that his true strength comes from the Hito no Mi model black hole god. The concept of a black hole transcends the mere absence of light. It is a cosmic force, a phenomenon that consumes everything around it without exception. Nothing can escape its gravity, not even light. This idea resonates deeply with Blackbeard's philosophy. Unlike Luffy, who believes in absolute freedom, Blackbeard seems to seek total control, sucking the freedom out of everything and everyone around him. If Luffy is the sun illuminating the path to freedom, Blackbeard is the black hole that eliminates any possibility of choice, reducing everything to nothingness. The Yami no Mi might be just a partial manifestation of this power. Perhaps it's the physical expression of the overwhelming gravity of a black hole, but Blackbeard's true power would come from his mythical Hito no Mi. I believe that unlike Luffy, who inherited the will of the sun god Nika, the god of freedom, Blackbeard represents another side of this universal balance. He could be the embodiment of the black hole god, a being that not only consumes everything around it, but also represents the idea of imprisonment and control. This theory makes even more sense when we consider Blackbeard's physical peculiarity. From the start, he has been described as an abnormal being. Marco mentioned that Blackbeard has something strange about his body, something that makes him different from any other living being. This abnormality could be tied to his connection with the concept of black holes, which possess properties that defy logic and natural laws. This would explain why he can consume more than one devil fruit, something theoretically impossible. Perhaps the Hito no Mi of the black hole god allows this because its very essence is to consume and retain multiple things at once, just like a black hole does in space. It's also interesting to think about the symbolic significance of this power. If the sun god Nika, whom Luffy inherited, represents the freedom that lights up the world, then the black hole would be its total inverse. It would be the force that takes away freedom from everything, absorbing the light and leaving only darkness. While Luffy fights to create a world where everyone is free to follow their dreams, Blackbeard seems to seek a world where he is the only truly free one, a world where everyone else is imprisoned by his darkness. This duality is also reflected in Blackbeard's actions. He doesn't just fight to conquer territories or amass riches. He seeks to destroy and consume. He has stolen the abilities of others, like when he took Whitebeard's Gura no Mi, and he has tried to capture more powers throughout his journey. I believe this goes beyond ambition. It's a manifestation of his very essence as the black hole god. He isn't just consuming powers, he is stripping others of their freedom, absorbing their possibilities, and reducing them to nothing. Another important point is the connection between Blackbeard and the concepts of demons and darkness in One Piece's mythology. While Luffy is often associated with a god who brings hope, Blackbeard seems aligned with something more sinister, something ancient people might have considered a demon. If the Yami no Mi is an expression of the black hole, then the Hito no Mi Mi could complete the picture, representing the divinity or demon behind this destructive force. Perhaps Blackbeard discovered this very early in his life. He always had an obsession with power, but this might be more than mere ambition. I believe he might have felt, even as a young man, that he was something different, something destined for a greater purpose, not to bring light, but to extinguish it. His journey to obtain the Yami no Mi and his insatiable desire for more power seem to point to this truth. He's accumulating forces not just to dominate the world, but to transform it into something entirely opposite to what Luffy desires to create. And if we consider that the black hole isn't just a destructive force, but also a portal to the unknown, this could open an entirely new dimension to Blackbeard's powers. Perhaps he doesn't just consume and destroy, but also has the ability to transport or reorganize what he absorbs. This idea could be further explored as we learn more about him and his connection to the concept of black holes. I believe at its core, the final battle between Luffy and Blackbeard will be much more than just a fight between pirates. It will be a clash between two fundamental concepts of the universe: freedom and control, light and darkness. Blackbeard, with his possible mythical Hito no Mi of the black hole god, will not just be a formidable physical adversary, he will be the antithesis of everything Luffy represents. And to defeat him, Luffy will need more than strength or determination. He will need to understand and overcome the essence of the darkness Blackbeard embodies. We know that the five elders may be manipulating information about the Akuma no Mi, and the more I think about it, the more it makes sense within the One Piece universe. If they did this with the Gomu no Mi, changing its name to hide its true nature as the fruit of Nika, why wouldn't they do the same with other fruits of cosmic importance? The Yami no Mi, which already seems unusual on its own, could very well have been the target of a similar maneuver. I believe this type of manipulation aims to erase traces of someone or something from the past that represents a direct threat to the balance of the world, or more specifically, to the dominance of the five elders themselves. The Yami no Mi has been peculiar from the start. Not only does it possess powers that defy the normal functioning of Logius, but it is also described as having a level of power beyond what one would expect from an ordinary fruit. This, to me, could be a clue that its name and nature were deliberately altered. If the true form of this fruit is linked to something as powerful as the concept of black holes, a force that literally consumes everything around it, even space and light, perhaps the government decided it was too dangerous to let that be known. Just as they did with Nika's fruit, they might have given it a new name, redefining what we know about this fruit and hiding its true history. So yes, if this theory is correct, the Yami no Mi would be much more than a darkness fruit. It might be something like the Hito no Mi, model black hole god, or a similar name, but rebranded to conceal its connection to a legendary figure or entity from the past. It could even be that just as Luffy carries Nika's will, Blackbeard is the heir to something much darker. Someone or something that represented such a great threat to the world that its existence had to be erased. This suppression of information makes me think about Blackbeard himself. He does not seem like someone who just stumbled upon the Yami no Mi by chance. He knew exactly what he was looking for and waited years until it appeared. This suggests that he had knowledge beyond what any ordinary pirate would possess. Perhaps he discovered some truth about the fruit, something the government tried to hide, and realized that by obtaining this power, he could reach a level no one else could. But at the same time, it seems that even he has not yet reached the peak of this power. I believe the true potential of the Yami no Mi, or rather, the Hito no Mi, model black hole god, will only be unlocked when Blackbeard awakens it. Awakening an Akuma no Mi always represents a significant leap in the user's power, but in Blackbeard's case, I believe it will be something entirely different. He would not just expand his ability to manipulate darkness and gravity, he would become a true incarnate black hole. He might consume not only objects and powers, but perhaps even the space-time around him. It would be the point where he ceases to be a man with the powers of a fruit and becomes the very embodiment of a cosmic concept. And this brings us back to the question of why the government would hide the true nature of this fruit. I believe that in the past, there might have been someone who possessed this power before Blackbeard. Perhaps this person became so powerful that even the five elders and emus felt threatened. It might have been someone who tried to use the power of the black hole to reshape the world in their own image, eliminating any trace of freedom or light. To prevent that from happening again, the rulers of the world might have decided to rewrite history, erasing the fruit's true name and classifying it as something entirely different. But even with this name change, the essence of the fruit remained. I think Blackbeard himself, upon consuming the Yami no Mi, not only inherited its powers, but also the will of this legendary being from the past. Just as Luffy carries Nika's legacy, Blackbeard might be the successor of someone whose purpose was to destroy freedom and plunge the world into darkness. This could be part of why he is so focused on gaining more power. He is not just following his own desires, He is fulfilling a destiny that was set for him the moment he consumed the fruit. However, even with all this potential, Blackbeard still seems incomplete. He still needs to reach awakening to unlock the true power of his fruit. I believe that when that happens, he will become a threat that no one, not even the 5 elders, can ignore. Perhaps the awakening will be the point where the fruit's true nature is revealed, and the world will finally understand why the rulers tried to hide its existence. At that moment, Blackbeard might be able to consume not only his enemies' Akuma no Mi, but perhaps even the very forces that sustain the world's balance. This also places Luffy and Blackbeard in an even deeper contrast. While Luffy fights to bring freedom and light to the world, Blackbeard seems destined to consume everything, leaving only darkness and emptiness. The battle between the two will not just be a clash of forces, but a fight between two fundamental concepts of existence: freedom versus control, light versus darkness, the sun versus the black hole. What do you think of this possibility? Share your thoughts. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.